Hello, hello, hello. My name is Yannick Medor, and I'm here to help you take your dreams and your teams out of the grave. And today we're going to talk about the source of the majority of your problems, which is a lack of vision. No, it's not your husband. It's not your boss. It's not the world. It's a lack of vision. And a lack of vision will impact all of your relationships or all of your decisions, especially negatively. But also, having a vision will positively impact all of your relationships and all of your decisions. And so, let's talk about the most important relationship, which is who you choose as a partner. Now, I'm mostly talking about a life partner, but this also goes into and relates to choosing a business partner as well. Because sometimes we choose the wrong business partners based on what it is that we're looking to accomplish. And the reason that this is a problem is if you're not choosing your partner based on your life's vision, meaning the end picture of where you want to land, you're going to choose someone based on temporary factors like their physical appearance, shared interest. And let me tell you, as someone who changes interest year by year, you don't want to choose a partner based on shared interest because their shared interest will change. Sometimes people change their partners based on financial security. I've known people who had $100 million one day and been $100 million in debt the next day. So, financial security is something that changes over time. If you don't believe me, just do a quick Google, ask some people around. You can go in a lot of divorce courts and find that people tend to leave each other when the basis of their relationship is on or is based upon financial security. And all of these things tend to lead to unhappiness, mainly because they're just temporary. And we can go on a lot of different things like someone's physical appearance or, maybe their personality at the time or, things of that nature. But personalities change, as we grow and mature and with environmental factors. So what you want to do is base your partner or choose your partner based on long-term values like your compatibility or your willingness or ability to meet each other's needs, or just different things like that. Their character, different values, all of those things, because those tend to be more permanent. And when you have an idea of what you want in the long term, you'll find partners that fit that, not people who could potentially fit that. For instance, if you want to be married and be in a committed relationship with or a committed and monogamous relationship with someone, you probably don't want to choose someone who prefers to live, a polyamorous lifestyle. And although people do it all the time, but it's with the expectation of maybe you can change that person. But really, that comes down to what someone values and what they've decided was going to be a lifestyle choice. And so that decision will ultimately, or the decision to choose someone that is contrary to your vision will ultimately just lead to your unhappiness. So what's the point in doing that? So that's the first area, is a lack of vision will cause you to pick the wrong partner. And number two, you'll choose the wrong career. There is a reason why there's so many people that hate their jobs, because they never sat down and decided what they wanted their lives to be like. And without a clear vision or, a sense of passion, it's likely that you'll choose something that doesn't fit with who you are or what you want out of life. You're just going to choose, what is the least path of resistance. And you're going to choose comfort over what suits you or what brings about your potential. Because contrary to popular belief, most people are driven by purpose and a challenge. No one really wants what comes to them easily. They'll grab it and then just move on. So you have to really think about how do you picture your life? And what's truly going to make you happy, what's going to give you a sense of purpose, and then choose a career that's in alignment with that. The third thing you'll do And we see this all the time. I've been there. You will waste money. You will waste money and you'll waste resources. Without a plan, you're going to make impulse buys. You're going to purchase things, just things that just make you feel good, and you're going to miss a lot of opportunities. You're going to miss a lot of opportunities to invest. You're going to miss a lot of opportunities to save because you don't have a picture in mind to point your finances towards. And you need that picture. If like, hey, you know what? I want to be like a super millionaire, then most of your money should be going towards investing. Whether you're investing in stocks, investing in your business, or investing in the next thing that's going to bring you money, and really what ends up happening is you just spend money without thinking of the long-term implications. But what's most important to think about is you're going to be working for a long time because you're not getting the full value out of the exchange of your time and the exchange of your skills. If you exchange your time or your skills for a certain amount of money, you want to make sure that you're getting the most value out of that. So if it's, say you exchange it for 100 grand a year, 30,000 or 70,000 or 400,000, right? How is it that you're going to make the most out of that exchange? And I can guarantee you it's not just by spending it all, but that's exactly what you'll do without a lack of vision. And lastly, you'll just be unhappy, or you'll frequently run into trouble. Anytime you go into an area where it is maybe just lots of violence or crime or, lots of depression, oppression, anything that is just negative and is common when it comes to unhappiness, you will always see a lack of vision. Always. And it's because vision gives you a sense of purpose. And without it, it leads to a lot of purposelessness. That's the word. Purposelessness. And without a clear goal or direction, you're just going to walk listlessly and aimlessly through life. And often you'll miss out on the sense of motivation or the satisfaction with everyday life. And really what I notice is people who lack vision, they also don't recognize what's going on around them, or shall I say, the blessings that are around them. And they can't even like high five their small achievements because they have no goal in mind to say, hey, this was a step closer to said achievement. And so they just kind of walk around like, nothing really matters. I'm just going through these same circles. Just can't wait until this is over, things get better, or I'll die someday, whatever that is. And that unhappiness and oftentimes restlessness comes from having a lack of vision. And we all know that restlessness leads to poor decision making. Being bored, being restless will make you act on impulse. It'll make you call the person you probably shouldn't call. Participate in the activity you probably shouldn't participate in, go the places you have no business being in, all of those different things. So, really take the time to discover what it is that you want. What's your life's vision? Because you don't want to feel like your path in life is just a circle where you're just seeing the same things over and over, or that you're all over the place. First you're going east, then you're going west, then you're going to California, by way of Canada, back down to Mexico, all of that just to get to LA. And part of it is because you never determined where you wanted to go in the first place. So let's say, look, I lack vision in my life. I'm all over the place. I'm going through the motions over and over again. My life is going in circles. I'm not attracting the right people, or I'm picking the wrong people. I'm spending money left and right. My finances are in shambles, whatever the situation is. Or look, I'm depressed. I'm anxious. I don't know what my next steps are. And, life is meaningless. This is what you need to do to establish a vision. The first thing is get quiet and still. it is very difficult to accomplish anything, but especially to really think about what you want unless you're quiet and still. I would recommend taking some time away from social media, get in a room by yourself, turn off the TV, and just really get in a deep state of focus and ask yourself some questions like, what do you want? Or even better, start off with, what in my life isn't serving me? And what areas of my life am I experiencing a lack of passion? And that's often your first sign that a vision is not present. Because things can get hard, they can get stressful, but still be a part of the vision. But you push through because you know that this is a stop on your way to accomplishing and getting to that last big picture, right? So, get quiet, get still, identify the areas in which you're lacking passion or you're lacking motivation or you're just experiencing general dissatisfaction or restlessness. Then ask yourself, what would you prefer? Like, okay, I see what this picture is, right? But what would I prefer? Because the point is not to just sit and stew in what you dislike. It's figuring out, what's the goal? Where do I want to be? Because it's not until you figure that out that you can make decisions that are in alignment with getting there. And that's the goal. I don't care if you mess up 1,000 times, but what are you doing to get back on track? Because that's going to teach you more than anything. And that's going to give you so much confidence, right? So ask yourself what you'd prefer. And lastly, take my course. I'm going to walk you through exactly what I do with Fortune 500 executives, with organizational leaders, creative entrepreneurs, all types of people, right? And I'm going to help you clarify that picture or your goals. We're going to identify your gifts. I'm going to teach you how to create new opportunities based on your life's vision, your gifts, and the challenges that you see around you. And lastly, I'm going to help you develop a simple strategy to achieve success. And doesn't mean that you're going to be successful tomorrow, but you're going to start off on the path because the goal is for you to take steps, step, because it's the process that you go through that makes your success lasting. Okay. So I'll leave the link below. Click it. It's super inexpensive, but I'm telling you, taking a few hours to complete this course will save you years. Okay. Years. I've seen people literally go around circles for a decade, 2 decades, a year, 5 years with no growth or very little growth, and lots of unhappiness because they didn't take the time, to really write out their vision and discover, their gifts and discover their desires and to figure out what's been holding them back. Because if you're not doing that, then what are you doing? If you're not going after what you want, then all you're doing is spending time with everything you can't stand. So take the time. And, if you question, am I going to do this? Can I take the time? Well, I want you to think about what all do you take the time to do? You probably take the time to watch every episode of your favorite show. You take the time, to scroll on social media for hours. You take the time to watch TikToks. You take the time, to go have drinks. You take the time to do everything else, but sit down and ask yourself what it is that you want. So take the time today. I can't wait. And then, what I want to do is follow up with you once you've completed the course. And not only is it what I want to do, it's something I'm going to do. So, if you're watching this video, I hope you enjoy this face. I hope you enjoy this voice because you're going to see it a lot more often because we're going to go through this process together. This is very, very important to me. So have a great day. Take out your pen and pad, write some things down, and take the course. Start it tonight, and you can finish it tonight. I don't want you to do it while you're tired, but you do a lot of other things while you're tired. Okay.